So you want to be a lead of leads? Well, you are in the right place, because in this video, I am going to tell you how to get promoted to director, whether that's director of engineering, director of data, director of product, or some other kind of tech director. I got you covered. How do you get there? How do you get promoted to director? Well, strategically, it's actually pretty straightforward. This is the easy part. I'm going to talk about the hard part in a minute, but the strategy is actually pretty simple. Number one, you're going to have regular career building conversations with your boss, with your boss's boss, and with anyone else who is a key decision maker. Number two, you're going to get clear on the requirements. What are the requirements, not only for getting promoted, but also the requirements to get those people on board to advocate for you. Number three, you're going to deliver on those requirements. There is going to be an ask. Hey, I want you to add more value. Hey, I want you to do this. Hey, I want you to do that. Hey, I want to see these results. So that's number three. You're going to deliver on those requirements. Number four, you're going to get offered the promotion. Because you're having those regular conversations, because you know the requirements, because you're delivering on the requirements. That's actually the next step. You're going to get offered the promotion. That's step four. And then step five, you accept it? Nope. You negotiate. You absolutely negotiate. And then step six, you accept it. Step seven, kick ass, take names, chew bubblegum. And congratulations, you're a lead of leads, you're a director. So you see how that's really straightforward. It's easy, right? Well, the steps themselves may be straightforward, but if it were easy to get a promotion to director, you wouldn't be watching this video. If it were easy to get a promotion to director, you would have it. You are a badass technical leader. You're smart. You add value. You give 110%. So what are you missing? What I want to talk about are 4 blind spots. These are the 4 blind spots that we often see our clients have. So when our clients come to us, so 100% of our clients at the People Stack are technical leaders of some sort. They all want to build their dream careers. So that's what we do at the People Stack. We help tech leaders build their dream careers. So when clients come to us and say, hey, I want to get a promotion, I've been trying, and it's just not working. And then fast forward to we guide them to get the promotion. What's in between there is there's a bunch of stuff, including inspired intelligent action taking. And part of that comes from seeing the blind spots. That's often why you might have hired a coach in the past, is to see those blind spots. So here's the top 4 blind spots that we see when clients come to us and ask, why aren't I getting a promotion? Number 1 is they're not actually having the career building conversations with their boss, with their boss's boss, with the decision makers. That they might admit this, I'm not talking to my boss about my career. There may be something that's stopping you from having these sometimes uncomfortable yet still career building conversations. So what I mean by this, by the way, is these are conversations about your career, your advancement, the continued expanded value that you want to add to the organization and to the company that you work for. These are not conversations about this project and this process and this result and this nightmare thing that's happening and this fire that needs to get put out. You're having those conversations too with your boss. But for many of you, those are the only conversations that you're having about projects, about fires. you absolutely must have regular career building conversations with your boss. At the least, most likely your boss's boss too. Because those two people in most organizations are going to wield the most decision-making power in terms of being able to actually offer you that promotion and make it happen. If it's different in your organization, then it's different, and you talk to the people who are actually the decision makers. But the first blind spot, again, is not actually having the conversations. Something's holding you back from saying, hey, boss, can we talk about my career? Hey, boss, I want to talk about advancement. My goal is to get promoted to director of engineering. My goal is to get promoted to senior director of data. Get clear, be specific. Here's what I want. Can we talk about that, please? I'd love your advice. I'd love your guidance on how to make that happen. And also, are you willing to advocate for me? And if yes, what do you need to see from me? These are the conversations. And really check in. Like, because for some people, it's like, oh, I hate my boss. I can't have that conversation with my boss. Or it's like, oh man, it's not going to work. I've tried. Have you actually tried? Just check in. Make sure you're having those conversations and you're having them regularly. At least once a week. These are your one-on-ones with your boss. This is what you should be talking about in one-on-ones with your boss. Side note, this is what you should be talking about in one-on-ones with your team. The sad reality, though, is that most bosses don't know enough that that's actually what you're talking about during one-on-ones. It's not for project status. It's not for updates. It's for what do you want? What's next in your career? What's next in terms of adding value? How can I help you be a better you? That's what you talk about during one-on-ones. And if your boss doesn't know enough, that is like the core of the conversations when you sit down with them one-on-one or when you're on Zoom with them one-on-one, then you got to guide them. Hey, boss, I know that you want to talk about XYZ projects, and I absolutely agree that it's important. But during this 30 minutes with you, I'd like to talk about my career. Are you game for that? So actually have the conversations. Blind spot number 2 is not getting super clear on their requirements. So you're having the conversations regularly. Part of those conversations, particularly with your boss, is getting super clear on what are the requirements. In other words, hey boss, what do you need to see from me in order for you to give me your full, unrelenting support for promotion to director of engineering? What do you need to see from me? Ask that or something akin to that. It's that specific. And if you have a standardized or even semi-standardized form of performance review, talk in those terms too. What numbers do you need to see? What score do I need to get on this competency, that competency, the other competency, in order for you to feel like, yeah, I can 100% advocate for you. I can 100%. You have my undying support to help you get this promotion. I am on board with this. What do you need to see from me? And let them surprise you. Because even though in the past your boss may not have seemed supportive, even though in the past your boss may have not seemed like they didn't want to have these conversations, when you ask people specific questions like that, it gets the wheels turning. Oh gosh. And the answer may be, I don't know. And let it be, I don't know. Okay, that's great. I'll give you some time to think about it. How about we talk about it again next week? And then you bring it up again next week. If your boss is a great boss, you won't even need to ask about it. And they'll be like, all right, I'm clear now. Here's actually what I need to see. And if your boss is a great boss, they're going to then be proactive in terms of talking to their boss's boss to like get clear on, all right, I want to advocate for this person. What do you need to see? Talking to the CTO or the CEO. And they're going to come with you and they're going to be like, I have more clarity on this now. Here's what we need to see. And also, let's be open to surprises here. We've had clients who were like certain that this is going to be so hard. And then what actually happened, as soon as they said, hey boss, my goal is to get promoted to director of data. What do you need to see to advocate for me to make that happen? And the response was, oh, well, I didn't know that. I thought you were 100% comfortable and happy being a manager. Turns out we have a spot open for a director. Let me see what I can do. Here you go. You want to be a director? Great. Negotiate. You're in. In other words, you may think you've told them, but not clear enough. Not clearly enough. So let it be easy. And also, if it's hard, roll with it. Roll with it. Sometimes it does get hard. But that's what leaders do. We deal with the hard stuff. It's why they pay us the big bucks. Blind spot number 3, not regularly evangelizing your excellence. So you're having conversations, you're clear on what you need to deliver. You're delivering it, you're giving 110%. You can't stop there. You have to evangelize it because your boss needs to see it. Your boss's boss needs to see it. All the other decision makers need to see it too. Because, your results do not speak for themselves. A lot of people give, even though it's well-meaning, a lot of people give the advice, just put your head down, do the work, you will get recognized. No, I'm sorry, it does not work that way because humans be human. Your boss is human. That may be a revelation for some of you. Your boss is human. Your boss has flaws. Your boss has blind spots. Your boss has a very specific perspective on the work that they do and how they are seeing the world, how they are seeing the organization, how they are seeing your work. So you have to let them know, here's what I've been up to, here's the results I'm delivering, here's the outcomes I'm delivering, and here's what my team is doing. And gosh golly gee, I'm so proud of them. You got to do it. Because otherwise they're not going to notice it. They're too busy. Your boss is a busy person, as you are too. So you got to put it in front of them, and you got to put it in front of them regularly. Here's the outcomes I'm delivering. Here's the results I'm delivering. Here are the outcomes and results I'm committed to delivering. Show them the data. Show them the proof that you are delivering on what they asked you to. Do it with integrity. Do it with authenticity. But do it. Evangelize your excellence. Blind spot number 4 that can get in the way of getting promoted, even though you feel like you're doing all the things, is not seeing the whole board. You want to become a lead of leads. You want to move up toward executive ranks. You want to become a higher level leader. Then you must see the whole board. And here's an excellent chance to do that. There may be realities, contextual realities, financial realities, political realities that are outside of your control. And that is what is keeping you from getting promoted. You can keep trying. You can keep having the conversations. You can keep evangelizing your excellence, getting clear. I'm doing it. And they're seeing me doing it. And unfortunately, you may still not get promoted. Your boss may be totally on board. Your boss's boss may be totally on board. But they may simply not have the money to do it yet. And unfortunately, where you're at, you may not have a lot of control over that. There may also be some other political realities too. Like, for example, the CEO may want to put their cousin in that role. And they may want to be a little hush-hush about it. Or the board of directors, the CEO, the higher-ups may be thinking about or in the process of selling the company. There may be some transitions that are happening, some transitions up at the higher levels that are happening. They may be trying to get more funding. There may be something happening way up the chain that is keeping the higher level leaders and thus then the lower level leaders from making big changes. They may not want to make big changes right now. Everybody stay put. This is looking great. We look awesome to the investors. We look awesome to the board right now. We look awesome to this company that might want to purchase us. Don't touch anything. You know, it's almost like the inspector's coming over. You guys are doing great. No, we can't promote you right now. We cannot afford that kind of chaos. Not to say that you're going to do a terrible job at it, but like, you know, there's some wobbles when you promote someone. So it's like, see the whole board, appreciate the whole board, and realize that there are certain realities that may be outside of your control. And then make decisions from that place. For some of you, you may decide that I do see the whole board. Oh, wow, I see it clear as day now. I can't stay here because I want to get promoted. I deserve to get promoted, and I'm not going to get promoted here. So then it's time to leave. It's time to go on the job market and get that promotion by getting a new job that's higher up, or by getting a new job and then getting promoted over there. Or you may decide, all right, this is just temporary. Like, I've asked the questions, I've asked my boss, I've asked my boss's boss, this hold on funding, that they, this don't have the money, can't make any changes, is temporary. So you may decide to wait it out. You could absolutely decide to do that too. Make sure that you're actually having regular career building conversations with your boss and your boss's boss. Make sure that you're super clear on what the requirements are for them to advocate for you to get that promotion. Make sure that you are evangelizing your excellence, and make sure that you see the whole board so that you can make wise decisions about your career. So the strategy is important. The conversations are important in order to get promoted to director. I hope what you also see is that your mindset is important. How you're approaching this, how you're seeing this, the possibilities that you're seeing, your mindset is so critical, and you can control your mindset. You can control the stories that you're telling yourself. So make sure you approach this, your mindset, and then the conversations that flow from it, make sure you approach it with courage, with confidence, being open to possibilities, because you can control your mindset. The second thing that's really important here that is more out of your control is context. Like I was talking about, financial realities, political realities, cultural, contextual realities. Those are more outside of your control. Approach that with serenity. So strategy, mindset, and context are all super important to getting promoted to director. You know what else is important? Visibility. Because invisible people do not get promoted. So check out the video that's popping up on the screen where I talk about why, even though you might be giving 110%, you're still feeling invisible, and how to turn that invisibility into visibility. And make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I'm going to be doing more videos on getting promoted. So in this one, I focus specifically on getting promoted to being a lead of leads, a director. I'm going to be doing other videos, for example, on getting promoted to VP or higher. The stakes are higher there. It is different, and I'm going to explain about how that's different. It's also different when you're getting promoted from IC to tech lead, or even tech lead to manager. Those transitions are not really like job changes. They're more like career changes. So I'm going to talk about all of that in future videos. So make sure you smash that subscribe button so that you do not miss out on them. Catch you in the next one. Time for a tea break.